What's up, guys? Mike and Johnny from Jam Movies here, and today we're discussing Until Dawn, brand new horror flick based on the popular video game from PlayStation. So let's dive right into this one. So, before we even went into this movie, I had said to you right before it started that my expectations were not high, based on some of the things that I was reading online and the fact that, everybody's always so, they like to hate on video game movies, right? So I was a little skeptical. It's 50-50. But I will say that I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. There's so many things that they did right in this movie. And again, too, this is for me. This is 3 for 3 now for Sony because I enjoyed Gran Turismo. I thought it was an excellent storyline. I really liked the adventure aspect of Uncharted. The storyline was enjoyable, and then we got Until Dawn. I just finished playing the game myself, and they couldn't have made this movie the way that the video game was made. But we'll get back to that. Let's briefly discuss the budget.
So we came and watched the second day it was on. So we know it's they spent $15 million. We don't know if it's gonna make that mark, but I think it will. Do you think it will?
Yeah, no, I definitely think they'll make their budget back. I think they'll make their budget back over the weekend.
Yeah,
I think I read somewhere that it was $1 million opening day,
so,
which is it's not too bad, right? It is a big franchise, so you're gonna get a lot of people talking about it, right? Mm-hmm. I know multiple people that I talk to that play the game, and they've played it multiple times because of the different endings. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, I want to get into that aspect. So, in order, and I'm sure you've seen it too as we were watching it, in order to make the movie like the game, it would just be your generic slasher flick. Mm-hmm. Now we still got a slasher flick, but with a twist. The day keeps repeating itself, and each time they die a different way, and they have to try to figure it out. And I like that because again, too, in the game, you're trying to figure out your own path, mm-hmm. right? So I think they did a great job with that. I like how they switched that around and they made it original, right? Because I'm always a strong believer that if they give us the same storyline in the game, we're gonna end up with it's just the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. We know what happens, we know the ending, right? And we've seen this so many times before. Silent Hill, the first one's excellent, and it didn't follow the game story. It made its own based on Silent Hill. Now this is another movie that was based on the Until Dawn video game, and I even pointed out a couple of things to you, that was in the game that they threw in the movie to kind of like pay homage to it, right? And it did give that atmospheric vibe of Until Dawn, but it obviously didn't follow the storyline, and I love it for that. So what did you think?
The storyline was amazing. I liked it a lot. Like you said, it doesn't match the game. I only played it briefly. I still have to finish it, but it was great. You probably couldn't match, like you said, like a lot of games you can't, like going back to Uncharted, you can't really match it, but you get parts of the game told by the movie itself, not in this case really, but it's cool how it got brought up to the ending as well, which we'll talk about later on. But the storyline was done perfectly. I was entertained the whole time. I thought it was done perfectly. Now talking about the effects too, I thought they did an amazing job. I think maybe that's why the budget was so low. They didn't use CGI and all that stuff, but I thought it was amazing. What did you think about the effects?
Well, I think they used some CGI in the movie. The effects were really good though, and I was not expecting the amount of gore in this movie.
Yes.
And then with the spoiler coming up right now, I will say, the scene where everybody's exploding because of the water. I wasn't expecting that, and I think it had everybody in almost like a nervous laugh, mm-hmm. right? Because we're like, what is going, people are exploding from the water, right? One by one, they're trying to. It's almost like hot potato. They don't want to be around the other person. They're tossing them around the room. So that was funny. So again, too, there was aspects that I didn't expect in this movie, mm-hmm. and the effects played a big part in that, right? I wasn't some of the kill scenes. I wasn't expecting the amount of gore that we seen. Mm-hmm. Once I seen that first kill, though, I knew that we were in for a treat. Yeah, absolutely. it was entertaining all the way through. And I want to bring up what the critics and what people are saying about this movie.
Yeah.
It bothers me because I think people are being too hypocritical on movies, that we can't just go to the theater and enjoy a movie. This movie's not going to win an Oscar. It's not going to get anybody into stardom and into the next Christopher Nolan movie, right? But it was a good film, right? There was some flaws, right? I had told you about the dialogue.
Yeah.
There was some cringy dialogue. You have to agree on that, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But and the actors too. So I don't know. Did you notice at first it almost seems like they didn't connect together? They didn't have that chemistry on screen, right? At first in the movie, I thought, anyways. But over time, you had your characters. We'll say, they were all part of that friends group, and they were characters, and they all played their character very well. And you got your likable characters and your hated characters, and that happens in the game.
Yeah.
Again, too, you have your hated and your liked characters. And I'm sure you do in every movie, but what I'm saying is the comparison there, right? And overall character development towards the end, I thought was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. The actors did an amazing job. Like you said, as they got into it, it's like they either learned their character better and were able to act better, or they just got a better chemistry amongst themselves.
Yeah.
But they did a good job nonetheless. Let's talk about the ending.
So the ending, I really like the ending, and of course at the ending with the end final kill, you have to have the cheesy one-liner, right? Throughout the movie. Actually, we were talking about that too at the end of the movie. There was a lot of cheesy one-liners when he would expect.
No, that is true. That was one more flaw, but I wasn't like. I enjoy those though. Like that's what I was trying to get into too. Is it a flaw though?
No, because I mean it's like slasher flicks, right? And this movie was like a bunch of slasher flicks all rolled into one because of how many times they died over and over again. Even when they were showing the scene where they had the cell phone and they were going through all the videos of the days they missed or whatever, that was even more kill scenes, right?
Because I didn't expect them to be that far along in the story already. I thought it was the fourth day as well.
Yeah, well, I thought, and the trailer, I 7 days, or what was it, 14 days or 7 days? 14 days, right? 14 days, yeah. I'm thinking to myself, how the hell are they going to get to 14 days in this movie when we're only on like day 4? So it was a clever way of showing that. And they had some creepy scenes. I mean, we had lots of people jumping in the theater from behind us, right? At first, I was getting irritated again too because again people are hitting my seat, but I understand they were jumping.
I think going to that, I think we should try going earlier time because it's less busy 9 times out of 10. So. We're busy, but if we can do that, that's a better time to go, and we get comfier chairs and whatnot. So
yeah, no, again, too, like it's the experience you get in the theater, and we're not getting. You can't get the experience in theater when you have a bunch of people laughing, and like the last 2 times we've been to the theater, everybody's been obnoxious, right? I just want to sit down and enjoy the film and study it and enjoy myself, right? That's what you go to the theaters for, and I still think that's the best place to watch a movie is at the theaters, right? But the ending was, I wanted to add that there was a scene at the end that they show the video cameras, and that was the game, right? Like the location for the game, which I thought was pretty cool. There was little pieces all over, and the fact that Peter Storm, Dr. Hill, he played in the game and in the movie. I thought that was cool too, right? Different type of character, kind of, but it was definitely different. I really enjoyed it. I really did. With that being said, the Jammeter.
Ooh, this one, I would say 85. Like going into we were discussing on the way out if we're gonna pick it up or like if it's a nice a steel book we will. And I came to think about it. I'm like, this movie I'll probably watch once a year. It's worth picking up regardless, steelbook or not. So I do think this one I'm picking up as soon as I can. I think that pre-orders out already. No, that's Sinners, I believe.
I'll have to take a look. I know Sinners is a while.
Yeah, so we'll have to pre-order that so we don't miss out. What did you rate this on the Jammeter?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go also with an 85 because I mean there was. The only reason why it wouldn't get a higher score, I would say, is because of those little tiny flaws, right? It's just the cheesy dialogue and some of the cheesier aspects of the movie, right? And the actors themselves are not like big name actors,
No.
right? But no, the movie was overall enjoyable. I definitely changed my mind too. I definitely don't even care steelbook or not. I'm picking it up in the best possible quality.
Going into it, I want to play the game so I can rewatch the movie and see if I enjoy it more or not. Maybe I'll rate it even higher when I do that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely check out the game because again, if you there's elements to the game that's in the movie, and you can enjoy both the way they are, right? And I think everybody should give it a shot and go out and see it. Support this movie. Don't listen to all the critics. We say this all the time, guys. Don't always read everything and take it to heart because it's sometimes you're missing out on a good movie. But with that being said, thank you for joining us on our discussion of Until Dawn. I hope you guys check it out. Awesome horror flick. Awesome video game movie. PlayStation's done it again. And if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to check us out on Reddit and Spotify. And thanks for jamming out with us.